I remember a moment that quietly changed the way I think about protein. For years, I believed I was doing everything right. Every morning, I boiled a couple of eggs. Simple, familiar, reliable. Eggs were always called the perfect protein, especially for older adults. So I never questioned it. Then, during a routine health visit, a simple question made me pause. Are you confident you're getting enough protein to protect your muscles? I smiled and answered without hesitation. Of course! I eat eggs every day. The response surprised me. Not alarm, not criticism, just a gentle pause and a shake of the head. That conversation set me digging deeper. And what I discovered surprised me, and it may surprise you too. Eggs do contain protein, but per 100 grams, they provide about 13 grams. Helpful? Yes. Optimal after 60? Not always. There are everyday foods, many sitting quietly on grocery shelves, that provide 2, 3, even 5 times more usable protein, and most people over 60 have never been told about them. Why does this matter? Because after 60, muscle loss doesn't happen loudly. It happens quietly. A little less strength getting out of a chair, a slower step on the stairs, a slightly weaker grip. Over time, that loss affects balance, confidence, and independence. That's why today, here on Healthy Senior Daily, I want to walk you through 10 foods that provide more protein than eggs, ranked from number 10 down to the one researchers are now studying to help older adults rebuild muscle more efficiently. Everything you'll hear today is grounded in nutrition research and senior health studies, explained clearly, calmly, and practically. Before we begin, take a moment to say hello in the comments. Where are you watching from today? And how has your energy been feeling lately? We read every comment, and your experience matters here. All right, let's begin. Food 10, Greek yogurt, plain, NON fat. At number 10 is a food many people recognize, but few truly appreciate. Plain, non-fat Greek yogurt. Per 100 grams, it delivers just over 10 grams of protein, already more than a boiled egg, but that's only part of the story. What makes Greek yogurt special is how the protein is delivered. It's strained multiple times, removing much of the lactose and liquid whey. What remains is a dense, creamy protein source that many older adults find easier to digest. Research published in Nutrients showed that seniors who consistently included dairy-based protein preserved significantly more muscle over just a few months, especially when paired with light daily movement like walking. That combination matters. Greek yogurt also fits easily into daily routines. Blended into smoothies, mixed with berries, stirred into savory dips, or used as a base for simple dressings. The key is choosing plain, without added sugars or syrups. A small bowl in the morning or afternoon can quietly support muscle maintenance without heavy digestion. Food 9, cooked chickpeas. Coming in at number 9 is a food that has been hiding in plain sight for generations. Cooked chickpeas. Per 100 grams, chickpeas provide over 11 grams of protein, again outperforming eggs, but their real advantage goes beyond protein. Chickpeas also deliver fiber and magnesium, 2 nutrients that play a critical role in muscle function and recovery as we age. Fiber helps stabilize blood sugar and supports gut health. Magnesium supports muscle relaxation, coordination, and endurance. Research in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition observed that older adults who regularly included plant proteins like legumes experienced less age-related muscle decline over time. Not because plants are magical, but because they reduce inflammation and support the gut, which improves how the body actually uses protein. For best results, soak chickpeas before cooking. Cook them until soft. And use them regularly, not occasionally. They work well. Blended into hummus. Added to soups and stews. Roasted lightly for snacks. Simple. Affordable. Effective. Food 8, cooked quinoa. At number 8 is a small grain with a big reputation and well-earned. Cooked quinoa. Per 100 grams, quinoa provides around 14 grams of complete protein. That word matters. Complete protein means it contains all essential amino acids, including lysine, an amino acid especially important for muscle repair, calcium use, and connective tissue support. A study published in Nutrients found that older adults who replaced refined grains with quinoa showed measurable improvements in lower body strength within weeks. One reason quinoa works so well is digestibility. When soaked and cooked properly, the protein becomes easier for aging digestive systems to absorb and use. Try it. Cooked in broth instead of water, mixed with vegetables, or served warm at breakfast with savory toppings. Even small daily portions can support recovery and steady energy when used consistently. In Part 2, we'll continue with pumpkin seeds, tempeh, spirulina, hemp seeds, and we'll start moving into the foods researchers now associate with cellular-level muscle support after 60. Let's keep going, because the next few foods may look small, simple, even ordinary, but their impact on strength after 60 is anything but. Food 7, pumpkin seeds. At number 7 is a food many people snack on without realizing its true value. Pumpkin seeds. For 100 grams, pumpkin seeds provide about 19 grams of protein, already far more than eggs. But protein is only part of why they matter so much after 60. Pumpkin seeds are naturally rich in magnesium, zinc, and iron, 3 minerals that quietly decline with age. Why does this matter? Magnesium helps muscles relax and contract smoothly. Iron supports oxygen delivery to muscle tissue. Zinc plays a role in tissue repair and recovery. Without these minerals, even a high-protein diet can fall short. The body may receive protein, but struggle to use it efficiently. A study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food observed that older adults who regularly consumed pumpkin seeds experienced significant reductions in muscle-related inflammation within a few months. That matters because inflammation accelerates muscle breakdown over time. For everyday use, choose raw or lightly roasted, unsalted seeds. Sprinkle over yogurt or vegetables. Blend into smoothies, or grind into a simple seed butter. Just a small daily portion can quietly support muscle comfort and recovery. Food 6, tempeh. At number 6 is a protein source many people associate with athletes, but it may be even more valuable for older adults. Tempeh. For 100 grams, tempeh delivers around 20 grams of protein, well beyond eggs. But what truly sets tempeh apart is fermentation. Unlike tofu, tempeh is made from whole soybeans that are naturally fermented. That process improves digestibility and unlocks nutrients that support muscle maintenance. Tempeh provides all essential amino acids, a meaningful amount of leucine, and compounds that support gut health. Why does gut health matter here? Because research consistently shows that older adults with healthier gut bacteria retain more lean muscle, even when total protein intake is similar. Fermented foods help improve absorption, not just intake. Tempeh is also gentle on blood sugar and filling without heaviness, helpful for those managing energy levels or appetite changes. Easy ways to enjoy it. Slice and pan-sear lightly. Crumble into stir-fries. Add to soups or grain bowls. Its firm texture makes it satisfying, and its nutrients quietly support muscle stability. Food 5, spirulina. At number 5, we enter a category that surprises many people. Spirulina. Per 100 grams, spirulina provides nearly 30 grams of protein, more than double that of eggs. But more important than quantity is bioavailability. Studies show that a large portion of spirulina's protein is easily absorbed, meaning the body can actually use it to support muscle tissue. Spirulina also contains all essential amino acids and a compound called phycocyanin, which has been studied for its role in calming low-grade inflammation. Why does that matter after 60? Because chronic inflammation quietly interferes with muscle repair. Even with adequate protein, inflammation can slow progress. Research published in Nutrients observed reductions in inflammatory markers among older adults using spirulina regularly. You don't need large amounts. A small daily spoonful, blended into smoothies, stirred into warm foods, or added to energy snacks. Used consistently, spirulina can support energy, recovery, and steady strength. In Part 3, we'll move into the highest protein foods on the list, including hemp seeds, a dense plant-based protein many seniors overlook. And two final foods researchers are now studying for advanced muscle support after 60. Now we move into the final stretch. These next foods don't just contain protein. They deliver it in a form aging muscles can actually use efficiently, gently, and consistently. Food 4, hemp seeds. At number 4 is one of the most overlooked protein sources for seniors. Hemp seeds. For 100 grams, hemp seeds provide about 35 grams of complete protein. That means all essential amino acids in proportions your body recognizes and can use. Why is that important after 60? Because with age, the body becomes less responsive to protein signals. Incomplete proteins may no longer trigger strong muscle repair. Research published in Frontiers in Nutrition found that older adults who included complete plant proteins experienced better muscle retention and faster recovery after physical activity. Hemp seeds also provide omega-3 and omega-6 fats in a healthy balance. Gamma-linolenic acid, GLA, linked to joint comfort and inflammation control. They're easy to use. Sprinkle over vegetables. Mix into oatmeal or yogurt. Blend into smoothies. They're soft, gentle on digestion, and don't require cooking. Just avoid high heat, which can damage their delicate oils. Food 3, seitan, wheat protein. At number 3 is a food many seniors have never tried but should consider. Seitan, also known as wheat protein. For 100 grams, seitan delivers around 39 grams of protein, placing it among the highest protein foods available, comparable to meat, without the heaviness. Why does this matter? Seitan is made by removing most starch and fiber, leaving behind a concentrated protein structure that aging digestive systems can break down more easily. A study published in Clinical Nutrition ESPN found that seniors using protein isolates like seitan preserved significantly more lean muscle than those relying only on mixed diets. Seitan is low in fat, low in carbohydrates, filling without blood sugar spikes. It works well. Sliced into stir-fries, pan-seared with olive oil, roasted with herbs. Pair it with vitamin C, rich vegetables to support iron absorption and muscle oxygenation. Food 2, aged Parmesan cheese. At number 2 is a food that surprises many people. Aged Parmesan cheese. For 100 grams, Parmesan provides over 40 grams of protein, more than eggs, chicken, or most dairy. But the real advantage is digestibility. Because Parmesan is aged for months, its proteins are partially broken down into free amino acids. That means less digestive effort and better absorption. A study in Nutrients showed that older adults absorb amino acids from aged cheeses up to 30% more efficiently than from fresh meats. Parmesan is also rich in leucine, which triggers muscle repair, calcium and phosphorus, supporting bone strength. You don't need much. A few tablespoons over warm vegetables or grains can deliver meaningful support. Its strong flavor can also stimulate appetite, something many seniors struggle with. Food 1, dried fish powder. At number 1 is a food most people have never heard of, yet researchers are paying close attention to it. Dried fish powder. Made from dehydrated lean fish, this powder delivers over 60 grams of protein per 100 grams. That's more than eggs, chicken, and even many protein supplements. Why is it so powerful? Once water is removed, what remains is nearly pure, highly usable protein rich in essential amino acids and especially leucine. A clinical study published in Clinical Nutrition followed older adults who added dried fish powder to their daily meals without changing activity levels. After just 10 weeks, participants showed significant gains in lean muscle mass. No gym. No intense exercise, just better protein delivery. This powder blends easily into soups and stews, mixes into mashed vegetables, doesn't require chewing, stores well. For older adults with low appetite or difficulty eating solid foods, this can be a quiet game changer. Choose food-grade versions with no added salt or flavorings. So now you know. Eggs are helpful, but they are no longer the gold standard after 60. There are foods that deliver more protein, absorb more efficiently, support recovery more gently. From yogurt and legumes to seeds, fermented foods, and concentrated protein sources, even one small change can support strength, balance, and independence. The goal isn't perfection. It's consistency. Choose one food from today's list and add it regularly. Your muscles respond to steady signals, not extremes. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which food surprised you the most? And which one do you feel ready to try this week? Leave a comment below. We read every one. If this video helped you, please give it a like, subscribe to Healthy Senior Daily, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos designed to support strength, clarity, and independence after 60. Because staying strong isn't about luck. It's about what you quietly choose every day.